Welcome back to the channel, everybody. My name's Kyle. The channel's called Kyle by the Creek. I'm here with my father. We got the windows down. It's a hot one. I got no AC in the car. We're gonna spend $350 on a total pile of junk. It's a riding mower that's running on one cylinder, push mower, a couple weed whackers, and then the way she describes it, a pile of engines. Some work, some don't. All right, so we got it all home. This is the plan for where all this stuff is going. I'm working today to get some tables cleared off, you know, and then we'll just sort of fill this whole area. So we backed up the trailer to here. Everything stayed in place, so that's good. And we'll get these off and start looking at them. Some pretty cool stuff in here. You know, the lawn tractor is not all that interesting, just an MTD hydro whatever. It does have a plow mount in the front, but the engines are pretty cool. You guys will like this. All right, me, my oldest son, and my dad just unloaded everything. That was a fun moment. Saved you all the out of breath and huffing and puffing and grunting, but we got everything organized here. You guys, I just think you're gonna absolutely love all this stuff. The tractor I just threw down by the creek. We'll visit that in a minute, but you know, have the 5.5 horsepower Tecumseh Craftsman, the eager ones. These are, you know, these were a dime a dozen way back, but they were pretty good. A couple of weed whackers, who knows. It'd be, one of them has the saw blade, like for cutting down big weeds and stuff. So it'd be nice to get that one going. But I put together this sort of in a like small engine category over here. You have a Tecumseh 6 horsepower. That was on a pressure washer. You can see the pump there. A 5 horsepower Quantum XTL. That's pretty cool. It's a little, I don't know, 3 horsepower, maybe less. Briggs flathead. Those are really cool. I got another flathead, 5 horsepower, older style for sure. Yeah, 6.5 GX200 Honda. That's sweet. You know, again, I paid $200 for the engine lot and $150 for the lawn tractor, the push mower, and the weed whackers. But $200, you know, if I can sell something like this for like $150, that'd be sweet. Another Quantum, 5 horsepower. Down below, Briggs Vanguard. A bunch of mouse stuff on the intake of the carb. No exhaust, no airbox. Missing a whole bunch of stuff on that thing. That is a pull start. Probably on a walk behind or something like that. We have how many do we have? We actually have 3 Briggs Oppos post cylinders. This one's a 19 horsepower turbo cool. I see a couple of these look in really good shape, so that's kind of cool. Up here, probably the best one, 26 horsepower Kawasaki FX730V. 730V, yeah. It's missing the exhaust, probably some other stuff, but I was told it should be a runner, and it came off of a 0 turn that something happened to, but the engine might be good. So this is like the best one out of the batch. But 12 horsepower flathead, that's sweet. 15 horsepower overhead valve Briggs. Again, these are nice, you know. Someone's going to want to buy something like that, I believe. These can still go on tractors and be very good engines. Nothing wrong with these engines. Got a nice Kohler command, which is sweet. And this one looks complete, muffler and everything. It'd be great if this thing runs. I don't know the horsepower on this. What's this one? Is it on the other side? Anyway, we'll look up what the number is on that. And then we have 2 more Oppos. This one is a 14 horsepower. This one is a 17 horsepower. And this one looks quite nice. Carburetor looks new. Exhaust, muffler's all there. This one looks fine too. Oily. Got the engine bolts still. Got the pulleys. Like almost all of these still have pulleys and everything. Yeah, these ones don't. But anyway, super cool lot. We have what is there, 13, let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 engines. 3 Oppos. You got 2 newer Briggs, newer, they're not newer, but you got some of the ancient ones over there, but these can still go on lawn tractors. Like, how many could actually go on lawn tractors? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna say like 7. I mean 8 if you count the Vanguard, but that Vanguard looks like it's probably a parts engine, unfortunately. But that's pretty incredible. It was a little while ago now, and I bought this in a bundle deal, and I don't remember what's wrong with it. Looks like it was painted white. I don't know. Yeah, it's one of those Oppos, 18 horsepower Pose twin Briggs, old ones, good engines though. We got a tire that's all the way down, and we're gonna try to jump this thing. It's got one of those batteries, but let's just hook up the jumper pack and see what happens here. So there's some oil, there's some gasoline. I'm sure there's no juice in that battery. Let's see what we can get though. Nothing. Not even a click. Oh boy. Well, it's the middle of February, and one of the snowstorms we had did this. And just as I'm filming this, you can see the snow coming down. We're supposed to get another foot plus, maybe 16 inches of snow is coming in the next 24 hours. And yeah, I have no projects to work on right now. The shed is empty, and everything I really want to work on is down there. And how do you get it up? How do you get it up to the shed? You can't. So we have a lot of snow and ice down right now, and there's no way I'm getting one of those tractors up the hill. But since we do have all these engines, I'm gonna try to get that Kawasaki out of here. It's in there. I can kind of see it back there. What are the chances I can get to it, get it out of there, get it into the main shed, and we can tinker around with it while all this snow comes down. All right, we're going in. Yep. Oh no, I don't know. Oh. I just broke the tarp. Okay, there it is. This big pole. Wow, look at that bend, huh? It collapsed. All right, there we go. Now that I ripped it. Huh, Carmen? What a disaster. Yeah, so I was thinking this thing would be fun to mess around with. All this stuff is gonna get buried in snow. It's so bad for it. What do you think, guys? Should we build some sort of actual structure back here? Maybe tie it in. Do some like that shed over there has like a plastic corrugated roof, and it's held up for, I don't know, it's got to be nearly 10 years, that shed, since we did that. So I'm thinking that's maybe what I'll do here, because I need something better than this. I can't do another temporary one. I got it out. Okay, got her on the workbench here. It's a little big for it, But yeah, 26 horsepower FX730V. Well, let's check oil. Oh yeah. Well, there's oil in it. Since it was on its side, the oil is all up the dipstick tube. There's a cover over the top of the flywheel. Like the grass screen has a solid cover, so I can't spin the engine that way. Okay, I got the shaft. She spins. Yep. Ooh. Compression, nothing crazy. Well, there's some more compression. All right, that feels really good. Maybe we'll take the spark plugs out and just make sure that we have 2 pistons that are working. We don't have a blown connecting rod. We have both spark plugs out. Oh, good. All right. Good connecting rod on that side. I'm just spinning the shaft, and you can see the screwdriver going up and down. So the piston is pushing it there. Let's see. Good. All right. Okay. Both sides feel good. I say we just take a look at the carburetor right away. I mean, it's right here. Should be able to get it off pretty easily. And then we're gonna have to figure out how to get this thing some voltage, because it's got a solenoid on the carb, and then you know, the fuel won't flow if that solenoid isn't activated with 12 volts. So, and then we should be able to hook up a jumper to it, give it a little fuel, and see if we can get it to fire off. We have the carburetor off. I'm trying to make some room on the workbench here to crack it open for you guys. It's looking really nice. Like really nice. Wow. Like I almost don't want to spray anything on it because we have good gaskets here. What would you guys do? Look at that. If you don't know what I mean, sometimes if you spray like brake cleaner, it destroys the gaskets a bit, especially when they're old. You know, gasoline doesn't usually do it, but well, that's a tiny little passage. So I think what I'll do is just try to run some torch tip cleaners through some of these. That's teeny tiny, but everything is open here. I mean, there was no fuel in there. There's no water. There's no rust. No floaty things. I'm basically just going to put this back together. Well, I was about to start getting into putting it on some sort of stand, but I couldn't get the solenoid on the carb to do anything, so sorry I didn't film me like doing that. But then I took the solenoid off and someone snipped it. So someone's been in here. This solenoid doesn't work. And yeah. So that saves us from having to power the thing, like power the solenoid while we try to jump start this thing. So in some ways that makes my life a little easier right now. So we'll put this all back together. I have a little milk crate set up, I'll show you. And we'll put the engine on the milk crate. We'll try to fire this thing off. Yeah, so we're on this milk crate. And I already tested this actually. I can jump the starter very easily. I could just do a ground here. And then with the positive alligator clip, I can touch this post and this trigger. If I get both of them, pinch, and the starter fires off. So the engine spins over with the starter. I did that without the plugs in, but now the plugs are in. I should find my spark tester, and we should give that a quick test just to make sure we have spark. And then we'll shoot a little carb spray down the intake because I left the boot off. See what we get. Oh yeah, I see spark. That's great. Okay, we're gonna see if this thing fires off. Okay, so this thing doesn't have a muffler, so if it does pop off, it's gonna be real loud for me. This angle is also tilting down like this, so all the carb spray I'm shooting in here is just kind of going that way. Anyway, it's not going right into the engine. That's full choke. Okay, let's see what we get, guys. Let's see if we can get some of that carb spray to get down in there. I'm not real happy with this angle. Well, nothing yet. Here's a slightly different engine angle. Let's try this with this new and improved angle. Oh, come on. Did you hear it trying to pop? Let's see what we can do here. Okay, I think that's trying to fire off. You probably can't tell. It's kicking hard now. So it's lighting off for a second. We're back a little while later, charging up the jump pack and the GoPro. And I rigged up a little sketchy fuel tank. That's definitely popping off now. She almost wants to run. Figure out how to give her some throttle. I mean, you know, that's something. I think you can definitely tell it's got spark and compression and things are sort of working. We need a reliable ignition system, and it doesn't seem like it's flooding out, but not sure if it's getting fuel either. So I might need it. It definitely helped a little to have this on, but yeah, I might need to check that carb again and make sure that the inlet for fuel is actually free and not clogged. And yeah, we have no, like, this would be like your throttle cable. And this thing's sitting on the yeah, we're in a real bad spot. Hard for you to tell. Let me see if I can show you. The governor's actually sitting on the crate. Yeah, so this is like a terrible setup. That's just the best I can do right now. But I mean, we got ourselves an engine, you know. I'm gonna see what it would take to get a muffler for this thing, and I might not even get one right away because it kind of depends on what kind of machine this goes on. Obviously, this is really ideal for a zero turn. So this would actually be my second engine that I have that could go on a zero turn, and I'm really hoping to get a couple of them this summer, this spring and summer, because they're big ticket items. They sell for a really good price, And the videos seem to do well too. So I do want to try to get some more zero turns going, and maybe I have some engines that can go on them. And why? Well, that means that I can get a zero turn with a blown engine for a cheap price, and I can slap a different engine on it. That's my plan. Back the next day. Pardon my voice. I guess I lost it. I'm not sick, but my voice is gone. I rigged up a better system here so I don't have to touch both the trigger and the solenoid at the same time. I can just kind of tap it with the trigger, and get 12 volts that way. So let's hear this thing pop off in a more satisfactory way. Whoa. That's pretty cool. Let's take the choke off. If we could throttle this thing up, I wonder if I can rig something up here. Okay, dangerously, I have the throttle sort of like mid throttle. I don't know. This might be a little crazy. Yeah, she's a runner. That's great. Well, off camera, I've been working on this Honda, this GX200, and I actually got this thing to run with the original carburetor, but it was surging. So it has, one of these carburetors, and the original one was missing this little fuel air mixture screw, whatever it is, and so I have a hypocarb to put on there, which is complete. So yeah, I was able to clean that one out pretty good. It was almost passable. But I think what I'm going to do with this is turn it into my, everyday pressure washer. And this is a pretty nice engine. And I have another Honda with a pressure washer pump on it. And I'll put it on this one because this is much bigger. And this should be nicer, with this rolly cart and everything. So that's my plan right now. So let's put that carb on, see if it runs it correctly. All right, new carburetor is on, fuel's on, full choke. Got a almost full throttle. Let's see what we get. That's awesome. All right, that thing runs great. And I'm glad I took the time. I took the fuel tank off and put a new fuel line on too. So it's got a brand new fuel line. It kind of runs underneath. So not that it's hard to do, but you got to take the tank off. So the tank is all clean. There's no rust in that tank, remarkably. Got a new fuel line, new carb. Air filter looks fine. I got to put the base of the air filter on. Just kind of slap that together for you guys. But yeah, I'll probably do an oil change on this and see if I can find a spark plug for it. And then this thing's ready to start going to work for me for this spring, cleaning all of our machines. So I did the oil change and got a new spark plug for it. And it's all bolted down to the frame. It was missing 2 bolts, but that's all sorted out now. Put on choke. Oh yeah, and I put the pump on it. So that's the pump for my old washer. So yeah, this thing's all set and ready. Okay, so I'm sort of struggling with just the size of this project with all these engines. And realistically, I'm not going to be able to get them all running on this video. So here's what I'm thinking with this thing. This has been basically an engine stand. This engine doesn't belong on this machine, and I have this kind of reserved as something I want to put on a zero turn. And yeah, that V-twin didn't come from this batch of engines that I got, but I think I want to use or utilize this somehow as like a productive engine stand, something where I have a key switch, I can hook up a battery, I already have a gas tank, you know, I have the throttle and choke cables, that sort of stuff. This is a parts machine, and I really want, it's been here for a long time, just sitting just like this, because it didn't come with a mowing deck, and I just picked it up, like I said, for parts. So I want to try to modify it or strip it down to basically the frame, you know, maybe even cut up the frame. I'm not sure. Something simple that doesn't take up very much room. Like, I don't really want to keep even the tires on it. And I don't really want the hood. I mean, realistically, I don't want the seat or the fender. But the gas tank is nice. You know, so say I want to get some of these engines running, I can put them on the frame, bolt them down, you know, have an exhaust, have a key switch, have power, and I might be able to see some more of these project engines running if I actually have a viable stand. So I might start working on this. Well, maybe we'll have some fun with this, and we'll use the quad and we'll winch this thing out of here. Yeah, that probably helped just get it out of the muck here. Seems like the hydro is engaged, although I can tell the thing's pulled out, but those tires were not spinning there. The parking brake was on. All right, well now it's in the shed, and I have to think about what I want to do with this thing. I want to take the transmission out of it because it should have a good transmission, and that's a nice hydro. That's a popular transmission. I forget the numbers of it right now, but that could get used on a lot of different machines. Yeah, the transmission, the seat, the fender, I want to remove all of that, and then we'll see where we're at. Wow, that's a mess. All right, we have, you know, most of the frame taken apart here. The front axle out, the transmission out, you know, everything apart. There's transmission. I'm a disgusting mess. It's so wet out, and like this is just all from my shoes and any snow that was on here. So I think I'm done for the day. But yeah, still trying to like dream up something. I kind of want to make an engine stand that's like waist height so that I can work on an engine without breaking my back type of thing, and still have like the key switch and everything. So that's kind of what I'm dreaming up here. We'll see what I can turn it into. So here's what I came up with. Here's the frame. I use slotted angle iron, and I kind of spread the legs at the bottom and welded in a piece there just to keep it a little bit more sturdy, because it's tall and it's a little wobbly. What's up?
Guess what I found?
What'd you find?
I found a painted rock on our property.
Oh, that's a cool rock. That has to be somebody's, huh? Yeah, interesting.
Randomly by the pile of big rocks over there.
Oh yeah? Very nice. Finally a nice day out. A little cold, but we needed a sunny Saturday here. Alright, so let's throw an engine on it and see how we like that. And then I'm going to start working on getting the center console set up so we have all of our controls. Oh man, this creation is pretty cool. So yeah, I got that thing running off fuel and everything, and let's see, we have the choke cable is hooked up. So I actually have the choke over at the dash, and then I had to rig up a throttle cable here because I actually didn't have one. That came, I don't know, I think the previous owner took the throttle cable off of the Husqvarna tractor. Anyway, got this all hooked up. Pretty much started right up. I don't have the key hooked up. This Kawasaki seems like it has like almost nothing for a wiring harness. I'm a little confused at how it might hook up to a zero turn or something, but it's not hard to get started. So yeah, this is pretty cool. And the engine runs. It desperately needs a muffler because we're just running open right now. But it sounds great. Well, I'm trying to make some room around here. I'm selling all of this for $100, which, you know, basically this is all for parts. I mean, some of this stuff might run. That leaf blower should run with some work. But yeah, I'd rather have the room at this time. I almost never work on weed whackers or pressure washers. Well, I'll show you what I'm doing with this collapsed shed. So this whole area over here I've been cleaning up today. I've gotten rid of, oh, here comes the wind. I've gotten rid of all the tires that were here. Well, I didn't get rid of them, I put them in a different place. But I really need to get these engines indoors or covered or something. But we're pretty much right here where we can start taking this apart. I used to have a lot of broken bagger systems here, a bunch of metal, scrap metal and stuff, and all that's, the metal is by the curb. But yeah, we need to get this cleaned up pretty badly here. So we got it all taken apart. I have the canopy, or the tarp of the shed is thrown away now. All this metal I'm going to put over to the side of the road. I have a bunch of metal out there already, but I'll show you the location. We're looking pretty clean. It's been, I guess, a few years since I really cleaned up around here, back here at least, and yeah, it was looking pretty bad. So what I'm gonna do is just leave this like this. I don't think I'm gonna do any covered anything, just because unless I'm able to build something out, I don't really want to go with a temporary storage thing anymore. Apparently those just don't hold up as well or as long as I'd like to. So I'm gonna clean this up, get most of the things out of here, and just leave the workbench so that I have an outdoor area to do some pounding, or you know, anything with sparks. It's a lot easier to do it out here than in the shed. Less risk for fire. And gotta get all these engines somewhere. Probably work on this lawnmower because I bet this thing will run. This is a nice generator that my brother gave me. I gotta get that out of the weather. I have my diesel heater under there. I think, I don't know, actually that's gonna end up probably sort of kind of staying. There's a hole cut into the shed, so that's really the place for it, but I should build something a little bit better. Generator under here, that is my like generator for my house if there's an emergency. So yeah, I don't know, I'd like that to be somewhere better too, so we'll see. So good morning, we're back at it. I'm hauling some engines around already. It's pretty early. Yeah, I got the corner of my shed cleared out. I had a couple engines here. That Kawasaki was over there. The Honda that was on my old pressure washer was over there. So I got those out of the shed. We're gonna get this engine stand out of the shed. So I'm reclaiming my space in here, okay? We're gonna get that sorted out. Oh, that whole pile of power equipment sold yesterday. I ended up delivering it, kind of funny. I delivered it to the guy that sold me that Scott's hood, that orange hood that I ended up painting on the Good to Go tractor. Him and I have done business in the past, and he saw the pile of junk posted on Facebook, and he's like, hey, my buddy wants it, you know, I'll give you a little extra money if you deliver it. So anyway, that's what I ended up doing. All right, got a bunch of plastic and junk that we can throw away. Let's get these two things out of here, get the generator stored in a better location. and the lawnmower in a place where I can work on it. But I'm not going to show you everything. It's just me hauling things and taking old man back breaks. So it's not all that fun. But I'll tell you one thing I will do. I think I'm going to leave behind this engine on the engine stand in the shed. I want to get one more engine running in this video, and I want to do a Kohler command because I might need one for a project. There's a tractor down there that could use either interior engine work or just slap a new one on there and then fix the other engine when it's off. So that's kind of what I'm thinking with this one, is that I'll use that right away. Nice work, Carmen. You're getting it done. So I got the engine stored in that shed. I don't really like to keep engine stuff in there, but kind of need to at the moment. All right, so I'm gonna get all these leaves out of here. I'm gonna move this table a bit. I might permanently move the table there just so I have more room for parking, because I'll probably either bring my quad in here or, you know, just park tractors that are usually tractors that are fully functional, because it's a little hard to get out of here with the slope. Doesn't look like much, but that's a big dip right there. All right, let's get the leaf blower out. I like having this table here. Gives a lot more parking room. I used to keep my quad here when it was covered. I'll probably continue to keep my quad in the somewhat covered building down there. But yeah, this is good. I have not had this table cleared off in probably a year and a half, maybe 2 years. So that is good to have that workspace back. I needed a flat table that was clear of debris. You're a good helper, Carmen. I brought the engine stand out here. Not sure I love it there, but it's a lot better than being in the main shed. That was taking up a bunch of room, and the whole idea with this project was, you know, to have an engine stand that didn't take up a lot of room. So better than a full tractor frame, and you know, I like this. I think this is going to be very helpful for me. I want to get that Kohler command on here, but I need to take the pulley off the Kohler command. So let's see how easy that comes out. Nice. All right, so it's on the stand. Yeah, I'm gonna keep cleaning just because I'm on a roll with that, but we will come back to this and see if it'll fire off. And I've been working inside the shed to get this all cleaned up too. It had been a while. I have not had very much space over here. But I went out and bought a bunch of clear plastic Tupperware just to try to get some of my parts organized a bit. It's not great still, but I really need a ton more room. I've been accumulating, and I'm not even trying to, but just accumulating parts. But this is much better. I didn't really touch this shelf yet. It's kind of chaotic, but it's working for me. Got the workbench cleared off. Working on a flywheel here. So yeah, I'm very happy about this. This is a lot more space than I had. It had been a while. All right, we're back on this engine project. So I have this Kohler command on the engine stand. Just got a little gasoline in here, jump pack. We're gonna see if this thing will just fire off a little bit. I don't really have it hooked up too much. The only thing is I have it bolted down to the frame here. but that's enough for me right now. I just want to see this thing pop off a little bit. Of course, the whole thing just came undone. All right, see what happens here. Oh, I think right there at the end it was trying to cough. Nothing yet. I guess we could check to see if it has spark. Okay, I got a spark tester on it now. Yeah, not seeing any spark, so. So that's the problem there. Oh yeah, we're back on the Power Kraft. Got the air cover off. We're just gonna shoot some spray in there. I want to see this thing fire off once too in this video, so that will at least get me motivated to start working on this thing. All right, I got the side cover off here. I needed to get access to the starter because I was going to jump the starter, but the starter is dead. So yeah, this is going to take a little bit of work because it's not easy to get the engine cover off of these opposed twins. It's a little bit intricate. And that starter is really jammed in there with this wall there. So this might have to wait. All right, and we're back here, the end of May, revisiting this thing. I think what I want to do is tow it out of here with my quad. I got to move this thing and then, you know, hopefully get it up top so we can start working on it. I don't want to work on it down here. That's not going to be very fun. So yeah, I'm pretty determined to see this thing at least fire off in this video. So it's been bothering me, all right? It's been bothering me that I haven't been able to get this thing to even crank. So yeah, let's make some headway on this project. Suppose I could have released the parking brake. That probably would have done us a favor, but yeah, let's get that tire inflated and then we'll just keep going up the hill. The whole, I don't know what's happening there. All right, let's just keep that. We'll have to worry about that later. This bird wants me to touch it. I already touched it once. It's gonna land on me. Finally got the Power Kraft in the shed here. I'm gonna work to take this engine cover off, these side covers. Hopefully I can get access to the starter there. I know these are tricky starters to work on. I might need to pop the flywheel off to get the starter out. It's ready now. So here's your starter. and there's a bolt under there, so you can get it, I believe, with a 1/2-inch wrench. It's pretty hard. This one's easy, right? Oh, there's one under there. So I've done it before where it seems easiest to just take the flywheel off. I know it's crazy, but Briggs does not make this opposed twin very friendly to work on. That was a lot right there just to get the cover off so you could see the starter. But you know, maybe we could try to massage it back to life here. That would be kind of nice. Okay, I got some WD-40 on there and just used a flathead screwdriver and a hammer, gently bopped on it, and got this. Yeah, you can see it spinning now. So check this out. Oh, anticlimactic. Sweet. Wow. She wants to run. Yeah, seems like the carb is really dirty. And we're only getting smoke on this side. So I bet this hasn't burned yet. Yeah, it's cold. That's one. Yeah, so we don't have spark on that side. Yeah, well, I have the carb sort of apart. The gasket won't move, and it's not looking good in there. I wonder if we just go straight to the parts engines. I know I just acquired a whole bunch of opposed twins, but I was kind of hoping to sell them whole. But maybe we can see if we can acquire a carburetor from one of those. Alright, so I robbed from this 19 horsepower turbo cool. I just took the whole intake, air box and all. I mean, it really just bolted right up. So I have a feeling this one was stored with no fuel in it. So I'm hoping that it at least, you know, tries to run. This is just like the quick version of, I don't know, just working on something quickly. Another good sign. Wow. I think it's running on 2 cylinders now. I don't think it was a spark issue. I think it was a fuel issue. I'm gonna double check that, of course, but yeah, we're warm on that side. Yeah, it was definitely running on both cylinders there. Sure sounded like it. And woke up a whole side of the engine that hadn't burnt off any oil in a while. So yeah, it's running on a pretty good amount of choke. So does what I would call my lawnmower that has an opposed twin on it. That has run on 3/4 choke or half choke forever. And it does just fine. Wow. That was fun. We gotta see if this thing drives now. So we're gonna try to get it running and then I'll take it for a drive. I'm gonna put the camera down here though, because I don't know, I can't do it all. come back to life. I don't half mind this thing. It reminds me of my mower, which hasn't started in over a year. I might just have to keep it. That's too ugly to sell. I really didn't think we'd see this thing come back to life like that. I was not expecting it to be a fuel related issue, that this thing was running on one cylinder. I mean, that was just the story I heard from the beginning, running on one cylinder, and it was just, you know, kind of figured it was spark. Wow. All right. Yeah, I like this thing. I like this for myself. I don't think I'm gonna sell it. I think I'm going to probably replace the MTD similar machine that isn't working right now with this thing, at least in my head, you know. And that way I don't have to worry about making this thing like too nice, because it just isn't nice at all. It has, I believe, a plow mount, and I have a Craftsman plow that I think goes in here. It just doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't have everything it needs. I don't have all the linkages and stuff. So who knows, maybe this will turn into a plow machine too, which would be kind of cool. I mean, I have my quad to plow in the winter time, but you know, that thing has its own issues too. So I would like to try to get a bagger set up on this, because it has the bagger mount, and I have the bagger system for it, but this is a 42-inch deck. The bagger I have on my MTD is a 46-inch deck. I don't think it hooks up, so I'll have to investigate into that. But yeah, I think I'm gonna end the video here, guys. And I know we never got this Kohler command running, and if anyone has any advice for me about what this does, or maybe how to bypass it, how to get spark on this thing, I would like to get it running. Yeah, so let me know. It's a CV16S, and I don't know if the spec number helps. 43526. Why does it have this? What does it do? How come when I put a new coil on it didn't get spark? What's in that thing? That's what I want to know. And this is, like, you know, like I said, almost summer, and you know, I've just tucked a few lawnmowers back here, haven't messed with them really. And yeah, this might be just kind of functionally how it looks throughout the summer. We'll see. Oh, there she is. There's my mower. You can see, like, why isn't it over there? Well, it died, and there she lies. I kind of want to, like, just say it's free and see if someone will come and get it, but then I think I'm gonna be stuck helping them haul it up the hill. I don't know. Anyway, I hope you think it was kind of a fun video. Actually, when I went back to watch all the footage, we had a lot going on here with the Kawasaki engine, you know, this shed collapsing, getting that going, and now finally we get to cap it off with the Power Kraft. What's it called? A Power Kraft? Getting that Power Kraft thing running and mowing. So that's pretty cool. Well, thanks guys. Thanks for sticking with a video that started all the way back in August of 2025, and now we're May 2026. So that's kind of fun to see the progression of things. Hopefully you appreciate that, and stay tuned. We got a lot more tractor videos coming out soon. So again, my name is Kyle. The channel's called Kyle by the Creek. Please subscribe to the channel. That really helps me out, and we'll catch you guys next time. Hold on. I gotta show you that the key switch works. That's great.